Hey everyone, welcome back. It's another video. So Candace Owens has this crazy six-part documentary series, or I guess you could call it a uncovering, exposing series to try and prove that Brigitte Macron, France's first lady, I think, Emmanuel Macron's wife, and I put it in quotation marks because honestly, you don't really know after you've watched the six-part documentary whether or not it's a woman. um, to be honest with you all, I thought that Candace exposing this sort of news was a little bit wild to begin with. But the more you look at the information presented, the more that you're like, well, that's interesting. And honestly, when you type in Brigitte Macron's name and even Emmanuel Macron as well, and even Candace Owens, the mainstream media, believe it or not, have been really silent to report on any of this. And that makes me wonder, could what Candace Owens, could what she's been saying, along with the other journalist, could these two people actually be right? And the mainstream media has to remain silent about it because they've got nothing to really combat Candace Owens, because she's done a fantastic job in uncovering all of the lies and the scandals and the cover-ups and everything like that, to actually go, well, we can't really do any journalism here because Candace has really done all the journalism for us and exposed and uncovered the lies that so many people in France and around the world, I think, have believed for quite some time. And I'm looking at this as an Aussie watching the documentary and looking at the history of everything. And I initially was going into this very, very skeptical. And in all honesty, the more that I look at the evidence presented, the more I'm more inclined to think that Brigitte Macron is actually a man, not a woman. But anyway, what's the point of this video? The point of this video is to say, if Brigitte Macron, I'm still saying if, because we don't know for certain, you can't say for certain that Brigitte Macron is in fact a man. Could we just say it's alleged? If that is the case, that Brigitte Macron is a man and Emmanuel Macron married a man, why the hell do we even care? Like, what is the point? Okay, so Brigitte Macron happens to be a man. It's like this huge scandal, this huge mystery that's been uncovered. Who cares? Okay, Brigitte Macron happens to be a man that is claimed to be a woman for quite some time. Like, this is not, in all honesty, major headline-worthy news, in my personal opinion. I don't give two craps whether or not Brigitte Macron is a man or not. I find the whole investigative journalism side of things rather interesting. I love the theories that have been thrown out there. I love the information that Candace has uncovered. I think that's fascinating. But in all honesty, I know millions of people have watched the six-part series and have all gone, wow, my mind has been blown. Fantastic. But who the hell actually really cares? In light of eternity, what is this information going to benefit me in my life moving forward? Absolutely no benefit whatsoever. And there's no benefit for you guys either. And I made a video not that long ago, I think, of Becoming Brigitte, my kind of reaction to Candace's first episode dropping, which blew up the internet, as it normally does. When Candace creates videos on these sorts of explosive, sort of investigative, journalistic sort of things, obviously people listen because it's Candace Owens, for goodness sake. And she's been right about certain things, but she's been wrong about a lot of other things as well. I don't know if she's right about this, but personally, I don't really care. What someone in the comment section please explain to me why I should care about this piece of information. What is the point? Why is this such big and revelatory information? I think the real story here, the actual real story that people should be more concerned about, is the fact that you have an elderly individual marrying a underaged kid. Brigitte Macron, this is an article back in November of 2023, by the way. Brigitte Macron says that Brigitte's head was a mess when Brigitte, I don't know if I can use the she pronoun, because I don't know. I'm still confused. Just probably like each and every one of you are still equally as confused as I am. You're just like, okay, is Brigitte a man or not? We still don't know. She may have presented, Candace may have presented like some well-informed information. Still, you don't know. Unless you check, you don't know. Anyway, said Brigitte dated future French president when he was 15 and when Brigitte was 40. I think that is the real story here, not whether or not Brigitte was born a man, but if Brigitte was born a man and had a dated 15-year-old Emmanuel, would we consider, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, but if you're dating somebody that is what? Do the math. Brigitte was 40, Emmanuel was 15. That is what we would consider under the P category, the pedophile, that sort of area of things. That is honestly disgusting and insane behavior. That's predatory in nature, if you ask me. That should be the real story. Like, why in the world was a 40-year-old woman, man, whatever, interested in a 15-year-old? And then they end up getting married. Like, to me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, if Brigitte is a man, so what? I look at this headline or this story. Oh, my head was in a mess. I dated a 15-year-old boy when I'm 40 years old. That is disgusting, man. Like, what the hell did we go, like, as a society, this piece of information just happened to just like slip through our fingertips? Rita Panini goes, so the official story is that she's a predator that preyed upon an underage student. That's bigger news than whether or not, and that information is going to do me more good moving forward in my life than whether or not Brigitte happens to be a dude or not, or trans. But again, it makes a lot of sense with the Olympics and things like that, like the degradation of our society. But in truth, I'm looking at all of everything that I know about Brigitte, about Emmanuel, about France, about what Candace has exposed, about what that journalist, Xavier, I think his name is, exposed. I'm looking at it all and I'm just going, you're missing the crucial piece of information here, which is more than likely, for me at least, the piece of information that I want to use in my life is Brigitte is a predator and preyed upon a 15-year-old boy. Why isn't that being spoken about more often? I wonder why. And maybe the caveat to that story is the fact that Brigitte is a man. Now, also, the French lawyers trying to go after Candace, usually that spells like you got something to hide at times, like trying to stop a journalist from freely expressing an opinion of things. For me, I'm going, well, that's, you may be having something to hide there. Don't. exactly know, but yeah, I'm to finish this up, my friends. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether or not you actually like this investigative journalism, whether or not you think that it's going to benefit you at all, because it hasn't benefited me. I mean, it's entertaining to some degree, but I still am just like, eh, I don't care. I really don't. It's not going to further my life at all. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.